Hello friends, welcome to my place. My name is Dave. Good to have you here. Now this is what happens when someone has a brain freeze or brain fart. Recently I did a review for this one, Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce Intense. And I was just talking. Did a review. I never published it because it did not come out well, so I never published it. But in the video, I specifically mentioned that I don't have anything from this house. This is the only bottle that I have. It wasn't until today when I was looking at this Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct together did it dawn on me that both of these are from the same house. That's what kind of brain freeze that I had. And plus, I have the original Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct. This is a flanker of that one. This is together. So I had at least 2 bottles, and I said I did not have any because just in my mind it did not connect that this one could be the same one as this. The reason being, okay, I think a lot of you, if you lived in the United States, you've been to the mall, you pass by the store, Abercrombie and Fitch, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody smell the fears, okay? So in my mind, since I was really young, in my mind, the collection, the association with Abercrombie and Fitch, it's like, it's a nice casual t-shirt clothing store in the mall that the t-shirt is a little bit expensive, their shirts and shorts are a little bit pricey, and their fragrance is a little bit pricey. So that was in my mind all these years. So when I mentioned this, I totally forgot this $20 fragrance, the First Instinct together. The $20 fragrance is the same as the $50, $60, $70 fragrance in this intense version of Fierce. So it's kind of silly how, Anyway, with that said, this is, like I said, First Instinct together, 100 ml bottle for under $20. You can see I use quite a bit of this juice. What does it smell like? Well, to explain it, the best way is, what does it smell like? Okay, what are some fragrances that is similar to this? If you like this one, Abercrombie Invictus Aqua, okay, the Aqua version, together is better than Invictus Aqua. I gotta say that I picked this up while it was hyped. I went to Macy, a mall. I picked it up full price. This 50 ml, I picked it up for about $70. That's quite pricey for 50 ml when it first came out. I bought it and I hated it because the first spray, even till now, a couple years later, I still smell the bug spray type of smell. I still haven't figured out how to explain that, but somehow it's just something weird about it. I have it on my other hand. It's just an association that I have with a can of bug spray. When you just spray it, there's something in there. I don't know. I don't even know why. Okay, but this one is similar to the Aqua, but it does not have that problem. Okay, right away the first spray is very pleasant. All right. Now this is also similar to Havas. This is Havas. If you've seen this bottle, you heard people mention about this. It's basically a clone of the original Invictus. I think the 2016 or Invictus Aqua. Yeah, the original. So when people talked about this, how great it is, I picked it up, and I did not pick up the original Invictus. I smelled it. This is really good. If you haven't get your hands on it, this is Havas. It's good. This one does not have any problem with the bug spray thing. And it also is similar to Legend Spirits because all of them are in the same lineup as Invictus. Okay. I'm sorry, Invictus Aqua, I should say. And it's also similar to this one, Davidoff Cool Water Wave. Not many people talk about this wave version, but do you know who the nose is? The prominent, awesome Francis Curtijon. He did this. Isn't it amazing. He did a fragrance that nobody talked about, under $15 fragrance, and I like this one too. It's not a super love, but at some circumstance or some situation, some dating time, when I spray, it be very, very, very pleasant. And at other times, there's something in there that puts me off just a bit. Okay, it's one that I struggle with sometimes and sometimes really enjoy, which is kind of nice to have that type of mixed feeling towards something. Okay, now with all this out of the way, coming back to this one, in case you have not smelled any of those, well, if you have, the similarity, it's very canny. Okay, you're talking about maybe 80% similar to all of those that I mentioned, all in the same genre. So you get an idea. It's the bubblegum sweetness. Yeah, for sure, it's that type of scent profile. The Invictus Aqua. Now, in case if you have not smelled any of those that I mentioned, yeah, no clue what it is. So after the first spray, I'm picking out a bit of grapefruit. It's not the super zesty type of grapefruit. You could get hints of it, okay? And there's some pineapple. I'm getting some sweetness from cardamom and the green apple. I think the green apple is more prominent. I sprayed it before the video started. Now I'm getting some lavender that's coming, the fresh lavender, and some orange blossom. Okay. Now at the end, when going to the dry down, the darker notes of sandalwood, and musk is going to come out, and a little bit of a woodsy note. All right, but mainly it's a green apple. Okay, if you can imagine, or if you ever ate a green apple, that's the vibe that I'm getting for this fragrance. It's funny how it is very similar to the other fragrance, example, Cool Water Wave, the Invictus Aqua, and yet there's no watery notes, but I think it does smell a little bit watery, like the sea, but without the salt. I have to tell you that. It does smell somehow, I do have an imagery of the ocean. Okay, you're walking on the beach, the sand, the wave is pounding, and then, but just without the salt. Okay, if you can imagine that. And I think the green apple and the lavender is mixing to get that type of sensation, and a little bit of the grapefruit. But it's not a very fruity, I'm sorry, I was going to say it's not those realistic pineapple or grapefruits. No, it's not that. It doesn't go that fresh of a direction. It's more of a sweet, the bubblegum sweetness. So I'm getting the bubblegum sweetness, and the green apple. So it's a fruity version, a sweet version, a little bit citrusy. Okay, yeah, that's what you're gonna get. I'm smelling the Invictus Aqua, and I still don't like it. I don't know what's wrong. I mean, I bought it fresh when it first came out from the store, so I know for sure it's not a fake or anything. And it's yeah, but it just rubs me the wrong way. I always wonder what the original 2016 version of this Aqua smells like, because that one, it was super hyped. People loved it. They canceled it, and they came out 2018. I jumped on it, and I hate it. I should have jumped off of it, but anyway, it is a trophy. Coming back to this, so right away it goes from the top, middle to the dry down is very quickly. Okay, so the prominent notes it's already presenting itself after a few minutes, and what I'm getting the most is gonna be still the lavender and the green apple and the pineapple a little bit in the background with some musk. Yeah, so if you enjoy this type of scent profile, this is a good one because it does last. And I'm talking, I would think this is very versatile. You can use this for a lot of occasions. Maybe because it's a bit sweet, so maybe it's not too dressed up. But as far as dress down, super casual, for work, for school, for anything, nothing offensive, easy going, very likable. It's a little bit sweet, but not super sweet. Okay, so even under the sun, I would imagine that it could play well. Yeah, it's not gonna bother anybody. So yeah, with that said, for the autumn, for the winter, for low heat, fine. I don't know if it's gonna work for super cold. So other than the extreme weather, this will play well in any weather, any temperature. Okay, yeah. And I'm getting some musk and cardamom in the back as well. So it's all those few notes, but overall you're getting the sea vibe. Okay, that's what I'm getting. And the bottle is telling you already. Look at the shape of this wave, right? The wave. So it's not trying to hide what it is. It's telling you very straight. It's just a naming of it. I mean, a lot of time I feel bad for the press people that or the marketing. They're trying to come up with the names, and I still haven't figured out first instinct together. What is it have to do with the scent itself? But it is what it is. Those poor people that have to difficulty of coming up with naming and trying to relate it to the scent itself, because every year they come up with a bunch of scents and in the line, in the whole company. So yeah, I would not want to have their job. Okay, a lot of time we laugh at those press release and it doesn't make sense, right? We just laugh at them. Anyway, it just okay. Oh, by the way, it does smell a little bit like YSL now that I'm thinking about it. Other than the Paco Rabanne, the Invictus line, Invictus Aqua, if you're familiar with the Y, let me go grab it a second. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So if I'm not familiar, if you ever seen this bottle, it's the Y line from YSL, Yves Saint Laurent. So I would say similarity is maybe about 60%, okay? So it's not too similar, but for sure in the same genre. But if I have to compare these two, I like the Y a little bit better, okay? Both are very... To my nose, it's more linear. Okay, it's not too complex. It reveals itself pretty quickly, and the few notes you're getting, it will stick around the whole time. When you smell it, it's not too complex that it's gonna, keep you guessing. No, it's just pretty straightforward. So both are the same way, but it just there's a little bit more freshness from the Y. Okay, this Y line. But anyway, I just thought of that then. As far as age, yeah, teenager up to maybe 20, 30 years old. If you're a little bit older, I don't know how sweet you want to get. You're fine. I mean, this is a sweet scent. It does present itself to be just a tad juvenile. But I don't want to use the term juvenile, because, older people might like to smell sweet. So, hey, maybe when you spray it, you feel young. Okay, maybe that's a better way of saying this. Now, as far as... female, feminine or masculine, I think it's maybe a little bit more unisex. I would say it's in between. Let me see. Well, yeah, for me, I mean, I would think that some people think it's masculine, but for me, I think the sweetness is nothing macho about this, but it's not feminine for sure. The most is going to be in the middle with the unisex, but you will not go, the other way. For sure is, let's say, unisex towards masculine. How about that? Okay. The longevity is good. At least half a day, no problem. I would not say you will go all day. Just half a day is pretty good. 4, 5, 6 hours, I think it's be pretty good. All right then. If you are looking for something that's easygoing, that a little bit has a bluish vibe, that has a good scent profile that people have liked. And if you're not worried about smelling like some other people, because like I said, the others in this genre are pretty popular, so you might smell like them. But hey, if there's a good scent and you could pay under $20 to smell very pleasant, why not? People like it for sure. Okay, especially a lot of people in the world do not wear fragrance and they're not familiar with it. So when you wear a mass appealing type of scent, it's easy to get around you. People would enjoy, smelling you. So it's a great thing. So it's not a bad thing. With that said, it's absolutely worth the money for me. Okay, for sure. So with that said, if you ever seen it in the rack store, if you ever seen it in, for a good price, pick it up. I think it's well worth it. All right. If I'm thinking about anything else, if I thought of anything else, I'll put it in the comments. But with that said, always appreciate you. Remember, subscribe, thumbs up, and all those good things. See you next time.